So I know a lot of you use the butterfly as one of the tools in your toolbox, but sometimes you need to pop right back up into a double foot stance to make the next move. So in this segment, I'm going to show you a few exercises that can help you with that, because it can really be challenging, and I know some of you struggle with it. This is Maria from GoalieTrainingPro.com. Let's take a look at these exercises I put together for you. So for this first exercise, I'm bringing the green mini band up just above my knees, and I'm keeping my feet touching, and I'm just bringing my knees out and in, my knees out and in. So I'm working some hip abductors, but also some external rotators, because when you pop back up, when you have your knees pinched in together and you pop back up, you're going to need to use these muscles to get your knees back out over your feet. A little pause on the outside. And I'm using a heavier band than we typically use for our hip exercise. A lot of times we start with a yellow. I'm starting off with the green. You could also go to blue. The very heaviest is black. I wouldn't start there, but you can work your way up. So a lot of the power to do that maneuver, to pop right back up on your feet, comes from a nice drive of the hips. You're almost really are jumping from your knees. So, and you're trying to get high enough that you can squeak your feet underneath you. So if we work a little bit just on using that hip extension and trying to build a little strength in there. So if we sit down and then drive up, sit down, drive up. I'm not sitting my bum right to the floor. I'm just sitting down. You know, I could go way, way down here. I think that's going to be too stressful on your knees, so back up. So just till you can feel your hamstrings touch your calves. So just about there, still leaving space between my heels and my bum, and then I'm going to drive up. Very low volume on that one. Again, we're just trying to work on that little bit of explosiveness, train that specific pattern for you a little bit. We're not trying to add hundreds and hundreds of pounds and do tons and tons of reps, because we only need to do it sort of once at a time. Then we get to take some baby steps, so I'm a pretty big fan of baby steps. I have 2 AirX pads here that popped underneath my knees, so it's giving me a lift. Now this is more lift than you get from your goalie pads, but remember your goalie pads do have some depth to them, but your blade also has some depth to it, so the two even out a little bit. But then just here, so again, I'm going to sit back, pop up, and I'm trying not to throw my arms up hard. That's what I do when I do it off the floor. You've probably seen me do it in videos. It always makes me cringe a little bit. It's not my forte, people. But I'm trying not to use my arms. I'm going to dip in my hips and then pop back up. And then when that's like, oh, that's easy, what's the big deal? Then I'll go down to just what? Hey, that wasn't too bad. I didn't use my arms. Okay, so then to just one. So at home or the gym, you can use, some mats, fold them up. At home, some thick, dense sofa cushions will work. Something like that. I don't really do it a lot off the floor. Depends a bit on your mobility, but using what I call a super band for this next drill. And I've got it anchored around a power rack, so something that is not going to move. And then it comes right across my hips. So again, I'm using it to train this hip extension, because really what we're trying to do, again, is almost a vertical jump from our knees. I'm on an AirX pad, so my knees are really well cushioned. Make sure yours are too when you try this. So I'm going to sit back just till my hamstrings start to touch my calves. I still have room between my bum and my heels, and then pop straight up. Pop straight up, squeezing your glutes, pop straight up. So I think if you add 1 or 2, not all of those exercises, but 1 or 2 of those exercises into your routine, into your off-ice training routine, 1 to 2 times a week, you will see some improvements in your ability to do that double knee recovery back up into double foot stance, so that you're ready to go wherever the puck's going to take you. This is Maria from GoalieTrainingPro.com, where my mission is to help 10,000 players win more games with fewer injuries, even if you don't have the natural ability or the genetic gifts of your competitors. I'll see you next time.